and he looks forward to the opportunity soon, perhaps very shortly, to speak to Prime Minister Netanyahu to congratulate the IDF and the brave Israeli soldiers and security professionals who carried out the operation that killed Sinwar, but also to talk about the way forward, because Sinwar was a massive obstacle to peace in the day after in Gaza. And now that that obstacle has been removed, President Biden looks forward to talking to Prime Minister Netanyahu about how we secure the return of the hostages, an end to the war, and a move to the day after in Gaza, a Gaza where Hamas is no longer in power or control. So they'll have the opportunity. And it was with American intelligence help that many of these leaders, including Sinwar, were hunted and tracked, flushed out of their hiding places and put on the run. And ultimately, this is a credit to the IDF for taking out Sinwar over the course of the last hours and days. But we're proud of the support that the United States has given to the IDF all along the way. I didn't just imply it, I stated it explicitly. At various points along the way, Sinwar was more interested in causing mayhem and chaos and death than in actually trying to achieve a ceasefire and hostage deal. And we repeatedly saw moments where it was him in particular who stood in the way of making progress towards a ceasefire and hostage deal. Now, there were other obstacles too along the way, but he was certainly a critical one. And yes, I think his removal from the battlefield does present an opportunity to find a way forward that gets the hostages home, brings the war to an end, brings us to a day after. That's something we're going to have to talk about with our Israeli counterparts. Of course, there are still other Hamas actors who need to be brought to justice, and there are hostages, including Americans, being held by terrorists. We're going to have to deal with all of that, but we believe there is a renewed opportunity right now that we would like to seize. Yeah. And now we will have to work to ensure that his death actually does deal the kind of long-term blow to Hamas that all of us would like to see. And we expect that we'll see progress on the ground. One thing that has unfolded this week is the reopening of some of the crossings that had been closed in the north and trucks going in. We need to see that sustained and expanded as we go forward among the other requests in that letter. We've had very constructive communications with the Israelis about how they're thinking about responding to the attack on October 1st. Those conversations will continue.